Yeah, right there. What's wrong with stuff that you
Send
know?
those flags to explore the Louisiana territory. They go out there, they find all of these awesome things. They find plant life, animal life, and they have to record it all.
Okay. Okay. Calm down. I'll try. I'm gonna book one. Let me
How does the
find
United
it.
States almost not end up with Louisiana? Okay.
Shut up, you.
Ooh.
Yes. You just no. No.
Jefferson has a strict interpretation of the Constitution. He thinks that just because it is not in the Constitution, I didn't look at this, he was off there.
I just.
Okay, Yellen doesn't buy it because it doesn't specifically say in the Constitution that a president can buy land from another country. So because the Constitution doesn't say it, he doesn't think he can do it. But at the same time, he can't pass up on 4 cents an acre. So yeah, that's
4 cents an acre?
Exactly how big is an acre?
Oh my.
More than
acre is.
In your planner.
Is it newsletter?
Yeah, I think they got that chart in the back of the planner.
It's in the back.
I love how everybody races. to find it. Everybody races to find it.
All of the property of our school.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
No. 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 I don't think
I
so.
will tell you that all of the property that our school is on, including the school building and the fields and the parking lots, is exactly 10 acres. Yeah, so think about 1/10 of that.
What if you own the whole world?
I don't know.
Yeah, you.
Alright.
My leg.
Really? Really love it.
Do you have any questions about Jefferson's presidency? Alright. War of 1812, what were the causes? What did it mean to impress the sailors? John. Yeah, you take the sailors off the American merchant ships and make them work in your own navy. So the British would make them work in the navy. Have you put it down? Put it back over there because it's not lying. Ethan, I saw you handing it. Alright, so on President's one. Next. Julia. I can't even do that. I'm not going to call on you when you do that.
Chris, say that one more time. Well, you were in the corner. I speak British on the
Sansevier, if I might, I have a brief War of 1812 story.
I'd like to hear what Miss Mayo would like to say.
What happened to the White House during the War of 1812?
It got trash.
One person.
I got
One person. Kevin, you were just there. Tell us.
So, you ever had a really big party?
No, that was Jackson.
Jackson's on right.
Yeah,
Bombed it.
War of 1812.
Yeah, I got it. So, like, they bombed it.
That's exactly what I
Put it on fire.
Okay, very good. Who's they, Tim?
You never ever say that word.
Good. So during the War of 1812, the British burned down the White House, and Dolly Madison was the first lady. And what did she save? Does anybody know that or remember that story? What was she able to save? What portrait specifically, Tim? Who's the most important president we had up to that point? Okay, listen. Dolly Madison rescued George Washington's portrait. Yesterday, George W. Bush was at the White House. He does not get along with President Obama. They do not like each other. President Obama is always blaming all of the, not all, I'm exaggerating, many of the problems that he has faced on George W. But because of protocol, George Bush's portrait was being unveiled. And since Obama's the president, he and his wife had to be there, and they had to be very polite to Mr. and Mrs. George W. Bush. So it was awkward. Apparently it was very awkward because really they don't get along, but they had to act like they do get along. And I heard on the news, I don't know if anybody else heard it, that George W. Bush, when he was making his little thank you speech, he said, you know, during the War of 1812, another famous George W.'s portrait was rescued. And I'm just telling you, Michelle Obama, that if anything happens to this White House, I expect you to rescue my portrait just the way Dolly rescued it. So they were kind of recognizing how they don't really get along.
I know.
Alright, what are the
It's
results?
just like everyone gets mine.
Results. Jenna.
Wait, one Canada.
Yes.
Gina.
I already raised my hand.
You did?
Yeah.
Miss
You
Sassman.
raised your hand.
Why would it be even one Canada? It's Canada.
But it's more land.
What do you have against Canada, buddy?
It's Canada.
Hey, hey, dude.
We don't finish this, no big deal for me. I know this answer.
Alright. Tony.
Okay, results.
You're not calling on my first name?
Trisha.
You're not calling on my first name.
Well, treaty again ends the war.
You.
Ethan. Not as a result of the war.
Treaty of.
Julia. This is not the American Revolution.
She's going in the nope, Victor. She didn't turn on this morning. I'm there. Just go home. It's so fair.
G-H-E-N-T. It's a city in Belgium. Ghent.
No.
Americans are very proud of themselves. Nationalism, what kind of pride in their country? Pride in their country. Nationalism. Anybody have any questions on this
I have
information? Yes.
Why would we want
Something that's gonna help you
Say who wants Canada one more time. I dare you.
Why do we want Canada?
Alright, you know what?
Sit down.
I like Canada, even though I've never been there.
Jordan, sit down. Why do you have to provoke him? Just don't talk. All right. so who does he think they favor? Rich and wealthy. Okay, they will not give loans to common men. They favor the rich and the wealthy.
That one you wanted to do.
No. Well, he wanted them to help out the common man. When people who didn't have a lot of money went to the bank for a loan and then they couldn't give a loan back, the bank would take everything from them. They'd take their home, they would take everything. Yes. All right. Questions so far? Jackson's presidency? All right. Texan independence. Okay, what was the battle? And what was the battle cry? That was really important during this. Get a question on it. On your test. Tanner? Okay, remember the Alamo. What battle was that at? At what battle? Antonio? During which battle? California.
San Diego.
San Antonio.
What did you say?
Santa Ana.
Santa Ana was a Mexican general who was in charge.
Saint Jack's,
San Jose in California.
Saint Warren, Jackson,
San Juan.
Jackson.
Cinto. Oh.
That took us that long, we gotta study.
Grand Battle of Cinto.
That's why we're here, buddy.
All here.
Oh my goodness. I cannot take this. Cannot take this. No.
Jenny, you're out here. Jenny, you're out.
Wait, is that the battle? Is that the battle name?
Yeah. All right, Industrial Revolution. What's important about the Industrial Revolution? Jenna. That's where they shouted, remember the Alamo. Because the Alamo was where a lot of people were massacred. Okay, it was a very long siege. Even people who surrendered were killed. So, the Americans started to join the Texan army. And at the Battle of San Jacinto, to get everybody kind of pumped up, they started saying, remember the Alamo. That's their battle cry. So, based on these factories, okay, the hand tools are replaced by machines. I'm going to go through the rest of it because we only have 5 minutes left. Okay, hand tools are replaced by machines. Okay, steam power becomes important. Okay, how do people's lives change?
A lot.
Kids work now instead of going to school.
They start at young age.
Okay, whole families work.
And if one messed up, the whole family get fired.
Good job, children.
Yeah. All right. Urbanization. The growth of cities. Right, that happened. Any questions so far about Texas independence or the Industrial Revolution? Okay, we're going to skip down to
Do you have a book?
No.
Yes, you do.
This is my only one.
What do you need?
I got it.
To the Pacific, yes. Alright? Okay, promise. God said so.
What?
God said so. Okay, God said we should expand. We're Americans. This land is ours. We have the right to own all of it. God said so. Destiny of the United States to expand from Atlantic to Pacific. Alright?
Yeah.
Causes of the Civil War. Differences between the North and the South. The North. Okay, factories. Population. Free labor. The South. Okay, slavery. Smaller population. Cotton was their massive thing. The North is big on industry. South, slavery, cotton,
Yeah, that's
agriculture. Okay, these are all advantages of the North. Once the war starts, the only advantage the South really has is the amazing generals. Okay, they have the really important generals. Okay, compromise. Missouri Compromise. Allows Missouri to be admitted as a slave state. Okay, Compromise of 1850 has 5 different parts. Okay, fugitive slave law is one of them, which the South really liked. Okay, the reasons why the South seceded. Okay, Lincoln's elected. Harper's Ferry. All of those things that we had a test on yesterday.
Jackson presidency.
Where 2 days ago.
This stuff you don't need.
Your
This
grades
is
are
Jana.
online. Have a
Jana.
weekend to study.
Jana.